I'm often asked if Excel can create and generate random numbers. Well, the answer is obviously going to be a yes. If you want to generate a random number in Excel, you could simply select a cell and type the random function, which is equals rand. It takes no parameters, so it's a straightforward open and close bracket. And on return, you'll get a randomly generated number between 0 and 1. Now that number will recalculate every time the spreadsheet is opened, or you could force it to recalculate by going to the formulas ribbon and choose calculate sheet option here, and you see it changes. So every time you click that, it changes. Click that, changes. There is a keyboard shortcut to do the same thing, which is Shift and F9. If your random number doesn't want to be between 0 and 1, then you simply multiply the result you've got by another number. So we take our formula, let's multiply it by 10, and we will now get random numbers between 0 and 10. Fairly straightforward. You can use random functions in other formulas to create random multiples. If you want random whole numbers, then we simply encompass this whole rand function with the int function. And we end up with a 7, or on recalculation, any number really between 0 and 10. Can you see any pattern? Hopefully not, because they're meant to be random. Now there is another random function, which is quite useful if you're looking for whole numbers, because you can give it a range. So we say equals rand between, and we can say the random range, so the number has to be random, has to be a whole number, but it has to be within a set range. So it could be between 10 and 85, for example. And we close brackets, return, we get 71, and you can recalculate that. And you will always get a number between the lower end of your range and the upper end of your range, and the number will always be a whole number. So the two functions for randomly generating numbers are the basic rand, takes no parameters, and will generate a random number between 0 and 1. And then you can do with that number as you wish, multiply it by another value, pull out the integer value from it. Or if it's integer values that you are looking for, we can use rand between, which takes two parameters, a lower and an upper value, and your random number will be between, including the lower and upper number, and an integer.